Automax.ai, AI native real estate appraisal firm. Demo on homepage, high signal.
I'm still a little confused on what it does. It seems very similar to like any of the house shopping websites that exist already.
Agreed. That's it. Okay, let's check the team. Medium signal.
I'm confused what he means by AI. Like, I think existing websites already do a lot of ML work to be able to price websites correctly. I don't know if this is what he means by AI, but I don't know how AI would help like, on top of this.
Agreed.
Oh wow, he actually has a lot of people on the team.
This looks like a boring AI wrapper. I don't see anything interesting about this idea. I'm going to put it C tier.
Yeah, I don't think I can see it breaking through the industry. I would put it in C or D.
Yeah, I can put it in D because it's just so boring. Next company.
It's like a Simplify logo.
Next company, specific. Build and deploy production-ready backends without code. Okay, so it's kind of like there's Lovable, which is a front-end layer, and now they're trying to be the backend, the Lovable for backend.
It actually looks pretty interesting. So far, I kind of like the idea.
Yeah, agreed.
I think the team needs to be really strong.
Tech lead at Stripe. You know what I'm going to say about this one. Goated, high signal. Good signal from that guy.
Looks like they didn't work together. Nothing special here.
I like the idea. Team is fine. I'm going to put this A tier.
Really? I'd say B. I think what they're doing is really hard. Like if you look at the team behind Lovable, it's like probably some of the most cracked startup devs ever. And I wouldn't say these two people are like, they don't have like a super big background in startups. They don't have like a lot of connections. It doesn't look like. I don't know how well like they'll be able to pull this off.
Yeah, we can do B. All right. Next company, Primer. AI product demos.
Welcome to our interactive demo, where you can trade on your knowledge about real-world.
Bro, it's so boring. It's so long. Like, let me go at my own pace. This is terrible. I don't like this. Let me show you around. And it was like 30 seconds and it didn't show me shit. So, it's like, I just don't like this. I don't like the product.
Yeah, I don't know if I can see it working. I think this is something that needs to be like very fast. Like when you're trying to demo a company, it needs to be like human interaction or like you said at your own pace. And I think this doesn't do either.
Yeah. That said, they can easily fix that. I think that if they fix it and make the demos actually good, then I think that this is something worth doing. So let's look at the team. A lot of previous experience, that's good. MX and BCG are kind of low signal, but these most recent experiences are pretty high signal.
Nothing crazy here.
Yeah, decent signal. Startup experience plus big tech experience, decent. Yeah, team is decent. Product kind of sucks right now, but I think that there's not an easy way to improve it, but a good path to improve the product.
Yeah, I did see some upside. For this, I'd probably put them in B.
B? Or I was thinking C.
Yeah, I think either works pretty well. I have them like in between, so whichever one you want to go with.
It's easier. Okay, sorry. Next company, Narrative. AI-powered sports highlights. This is an interesting idea because they're essentially trying to replace about 4 or 5 marketing people per team. So take like the Phoenix Sun. There's probably 4 or 5 people who just like highlight the clips every game and upload them. Yeah. They can get the team down to 1.
There's people outside of this, like people who make YouTube videos that compile moments of popular sports games.
Yeah.
If they can do this correctly, they can definitely make a lot of money.
I don't think it's for consumers. I think it's for team.
Is it?
Live game progress and
I see.
Your team has full control over the highlights. So it's not for consumers, which I think is good. B2B is a lot easier. So we need people with connections at these teams because these teams don't care about how good you are as a tech person. They care about if they like you. Just normal signal. A normal group of kids trying to make a startup. I'm concerned about how they're going to get into the like big contracts at sports teams.
Yeah, because the thing is, the only people who are able to have like the recordings are like well-established teams that probably have a lot of money and a lot of existing infrastructure, and so very hard for them to be able to onboard a product like this.
Yeah, the idea is good. I just don't think the team has the clout in the industry to get contracts. So I'm going to put this high C, low B.
Yeah, I think they could also pivot to being consumer focused. And I think a lot of people like honestly would use this product, especially if they're just like recording a Fox game or something like this. So I think for this reason, I would put it in like B tier maybe.
Yeah, B tier for the potential pivot. I can see that. Okay, next company, Crunched. Excel AI analyst for power users. Okay, so we're going to need someone who's really fucking good at Excel in their team to know what to automate. All right. Oh, this is a Cowork killed company, I think. I think Cowork does the exact same thing.
Is it really?
Maybe not specialized. Actually, no. This is a little bit more specialized. Yeah, this is better than Cowork. Okay, let's check the team.
So far, it looks pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, I think like this is definitely needed. Most companies run on Excel for some reason. Oh, McKinsey. Yes, there we go. Perfect experience. High signal. Is this a startup? No, consulting. But also consulting. Okay, I'm looking for like old ass, slow ass companies that just use Excel, and I think this is one of them. McKinsey is also one of them. McKinsey, there we go. Also one of them. I'm concerned about their quality as devs, but they definitely know their shit about how like what needs to be automated in Excel.
Yeah, this is definitely a problem that's like pretty engineering heavy. So if they can, and it looks like they kind of did tackle it correctly, at least like from their demo, they could definitely take this very far.
Yeah, I like this. Thinking low A.
Yeah, I'll put it in A.
Okay. Yeah, A tier. Next company, Lua Global Inc., the mid-market agent platform.
Okay, another one of these no-code AI agent things.
Built on top of, all right, bro, you just wanted to put the logos there. Like, be for real. Coming soon, coming soon. Okay, nothing's out. You have 20 templates coming soon. 100 templates coming soon. There's nothing I can actually see. There's nothing I can really see on the website, so I kind of have to just trust that they have a good product. Another one of these no-code AI tools. So let's see if they're good. Chairman, CEO. This is medium low signal to me. All right, VP Engineering Stripe.
It looks like he said he got his company acquired by Stripe. I don't know.
Oh yeah, at Paystack.
Okay.
All right, so
And he
less signal then.
I think,
But actually, same signal.
yeah, I think it's pretty cool because Stripe does acquire a lot of companies, and I think it's for a good reason, which means that whatever he was doing, he was like a very high position to be able to get to VP, and I think that's pretty high. But I don't really understand their product fully. I think like there's a lot of competing companies doing a similar thing, and so the fact that they don't have anything ready yet is like a little bit scary.
Yeah, it is scary, especially because this is a past batch. So if they don't have anything ready yet, what are they doing? And, ship something. I want to put this in C tier because I want to trust that VP engineering guy because I want to trust him, but he just doesn't have anything to show.
Yeah.
Next company, Spatial AI, data for robot foundational models.
I think this is a pretty good idea. There's a lot of data needed to train for robotics
It's not
training.
working. Come on, low signal.
I feel like I might have seen this guy on Instagram or something. I think he might have an Instagram, or someone made a video about him. I think the idea is really good. He has no previous background in anything, and it looks like there's no one on his team either, which is a little bit concerning.
Yeah, general purpose robot with nothing. I don't see any reason to invest in this guy. The idea might be cool, but where's your team? Where's your product? Where's your website? And show me anything, and there's just nothing to show. I'm gonna have to put this one in D tier.
Yeah, unfortunate.
Okay. Next company, SourceBot, helping humans and AI agents understand a massive code base. In the path of destruction by Anthropic and OpenAI. So let's see how good it is.
All the code for SourceBot is available publicly on GitHub.
I think it's just SourceGraph, like Go/SG. I think Google has a version of this too.
Let's see the GitHub. Do people like it? Oh yeah, people like it. People really like the product, and it seems to work. I love open source projects that have a lot of that have a community. They have a lot of stars. They have people.
It actually makes a lot of sense because a lot of enterprise companies have like these internal tools, but startups don't. And so if there's like a good open source method to be able to like allow every startup to adopt this instead of making their own thing, I think it's a really good idea.
Yeah, I like this idea so far. Let's look at who is making it. Pretty good.
Yeah, I like his background. This guy, not as much, but it looks like they work together.
I think Xbox is better at Microsoft. Yeah, I mean, these signals are okay, like decent to good on their LinkedIns, but they have, I think a better source is their GitHub. Like they have an active community here. They have stars. They have people using their product and liking it, which I think is the highest signal that there can be.
Yeah, I agree. Honestly, I'd put these guys in A tier. I do really like what they're doing.
Yeah, I can see A tier here. Why not S?
Yeah, I mean, I guess S could work too.
Like, I'm trying to think, like, is there a reason why not?
Probably not. I think the scary thing is I'm not entirely sure if there's like already stuff like this that exists out there. If it was like that important, then I feel like one of these companies that have it internally would just like open source it themselves, for example, or like they could like sell it off as a service.
I see. Yeah, so we can put it at A because of competition risk, and also people bring their own keys, so how are you going to monetize, So maybe go the MongoDB path of open source self-hosting, but then host it on the platform optionally.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of companies that do this. Like technically Databricks is an example of like starting open source and then creating like a bunch of infrastructure around it.
Yeah, I think upper A. I like the company, so we can do upper A. Next company, Zalos, computer agents for finance tasks like reconciliation in your system.
Endless, man.
Tell me what it actually does. We're halfway through. I don't know what it does. All right, here we go. Signing into the IRS with AI. All right.
Do you want AI doing your tax?
All right. So they obviously have a designer of some kind. You provide process instruction PDF. So you provide the prompt and you do it yourself. Okay.
You gotta talk to the FDEs.
This is the same vibe as the real estate AI company. It just feels like a wrapper to me without much evidence of it like actually being good.
Yeah. I think I see a little bit more upside to this one.
I'm sure they pay. They don't list salary, low signal. Whatever.
It says top of market comp.
They all say that shit. It's going to be like whatever they feel like. We need to look at the team.
Okay, maybe he has connections to people who would actually use it.
Yeah, low signal experience, but he probably knows people, so that brings it up to medium signal. Medium signal, just a normal SWE.
Yeah, I would put it in like maybe C tier. I would be okay with putting in D tier as well.
I think D tier. I just don't see any evidence of it working. It looks like a very flashy product with good design, good trailer videos, but what is it actually like? Are there people using it? Who likes it? You know, like what companies is it deployed at? I don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
So D tier. Next company, HireGlide, the AI native job board.
I think they're a bit late to this. Gem is already like stealing basically all the market share.
Yeah.
I think this wants to be a little bit more like Ripple Match than like an ATS system. Oh, never mind. Okay, yeah. I think it wants to be like ZipRecruiter, where like you can use it as your own ATS or you can outsource it and have this be like an intermediary.
Yeah, this is just ATS, but instead of using like deterministic queries, you're using AI, so it's going to be 10 times as expensive.
Yeah, I think this just loses out to like all the big ATS companies like ZipRecruiter that already have good talent and a working product. It's very hard for companies to be able to adopt these new solutions.
Yeah, let's look at the team. Dropped out Cambridge, that's good, but then is just doing a bunch of random shit. Made a startup then left after 2 months. That's low signal. I mean, they'll probably get customers. They'll probably be fine, but I just don't see this being. I just don't see this beating like Rippling and ZipRecruiter and all them. I need to look at the other guy. Oh, never mind. Doesn't exist.
Yeah, I would put them in D tier just because they're a bit late. Like it's kind of unfortunate, but I think if you want like an AI, like ATS or recruitment system, it's probably going to be Gem if you're a startup, and then if you're like a big company, then ZipRecruiter. And so like, there's no market share for them.
Yeah, I agree. We can put them in D tier. Next company, Aside, live answer copilot for enterprise tech sales.
Did I see AI meeting assistant? Is this like a Cluey clone? Yo, the ramp logo.
Cheating is legal in sales calls. We'll roll out.
This looks exactly like Cluey.
All right, this is just Cluey. Like this app does not work. Like this concept has been tried so many times and it just doesn't work.
Yeah, I think the bottleneck is with the voice models. Like to be able to extract the like speech and then do some sort of processing, the latency is just like way too much at this point in time. Like we need Cartesia and 11 Labs to step up their game a little bit before this can work.
Yeah, a bunch of nothing.
K-pop girl group called Triple S.
Yeah, I mean, like these guys obviously are just trying to copy Cluely. Normal.
I think the important part is that they're not going to be able to beat Cluely in distribution. There's like no way that they can beat the marketing of Cluely. And so like if their product were to work, they wouldn't be able to sell it.
Yeah, I'm comfortable with D tier here. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. There's nothing super high signal about any of the founders.
Next company, Scott AI, agentic workspace for engineering team alignment, whatever that means. Ditch Google Docs and Notion. Oh, please, yes. Is there a good solution here for Confluence? They don't show me anything. They don't show me any demos or anything.
There definitely needs to be like a better product for like engineering documentation and like centralization, because a lot of companies still use like Google Docs to do design docs and stuff like this.
Yeah, but
I actually really like this idea.
It's like a decision layer. So is this where you put all your requirements for your software that you're building?
It says like primary spec alignment. I think this is like design docs and stuff like this. Like everything to do with
okay, I see. Yeah,
the prerequisites to creating something.
Yeah, this is interesting. I'm interested to learn more. Staff Suite Coinbase is pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty high signal.
Yeah.
Okay, I kind of like having a KP fellowship.
Yeah, founding engineer at Evil Stripe for 3 years, 7 months.
The Stanford background is pretty high signal.
Yeah. Team looks decent to good. Product, I can't see anything about it, but in theory, from what I can imagine, I think it would be good. I'm comfortable putting this in B tier. What do you think?
Yeah, I think if they had a product, I could definitely see this in like A or S tier, but I just don't see anything yet. They definitely have a lot of like upside potential.
Okay.
Did you go back to this guy? I want to see how fast he got to staff. Was it 4 years? Okay, never mind.
Yeah, it was 4 years.
But he already had a year of experience somewhere else.
I see.
But from entry, or like from, what do they call it? Like an L1 or something?
Yeah, and then also survived the notorious Coinbase layoffs of, was it 2022? Where they fired the entire fucking company. Next company, Everest. AI employees for outsourced IT.
Okay, so this could be like surveillance and stuff like this of your network performance and things like this. So you're trying to automate it with AI.
Yeah. All right, this clip art is low signal. Another AI wrapper that has no evidence that it works. They don't have anything to convince me that this is game changing. Let's look at the team.
This is actually really good background. Support engineer at a lot of these top tech companies.
Yeah, this is high signal for the company.
Damn, she got caught in the X layoffs. Did they co-found this reality breach together? They did. Okay, so they've worked together in the past, which is good. I know there's more experience, I think, if you press show. There's like another tech company in here. Yeah, DoorDash.
Sweet.
DoorDash in 2021 is pretty nice. I really like her experience, actually. She comes from a sweet background, did a lot of support in customer engineering, so she knows like this problem space very well. And then she has a co-founder that she's like familiar with, has worked with in the past, also a software engineer. I honestly think that they know this better than we do, and there's definitely like something they can do in this space. I would probably put them in like C tier or maybe B tier.
Yeah, I say B tier. I feel like these are good engineers who don't know how to make like a good flashy demo to show us that the product is really good, but they know their shit. I'll put them in B tier. Is that okay with you?
Yeah.
Next company, Expected Parrot. Simulate your customers with AI agents. Simulating human behavior with AI. Low signal.
Press on the products. Why is there more than one product? I thought they only have one thing.
For conducting interviews and surveys.
Ooh, I actually like this poly part. Having something like this in-house makes it easier for them to like build extra like infrastructure on top and like make this like a centralized platform.
Yeah, the product is good. They have it set up well, but I don't think that this is ever going to be really useful, even if it works well, because AI is not a human. They're trying to replicate human behavior with AI, so they're trying to say, this agent is named Sarah, she's 28, a SWE from SF. How are they going to navigate the website? Like, navigate the website as if you were Sarah. How is an AI going to know what that means? It's not human.
Yeah.
So I feel bad because the product looks good. Let's look at the founder. Relevant for running a company, but not for the product. Harvard JD is high signal.
Oh, wow. This guy's very, very high signal.
Yeah, high signal, no engineering though.
Like, it has a great background, especially if you did a lot of research. Because, I see this problem domain, like when I really think about this product, like problem domain, I'm really thinking about like trying to connect this to research studies and like trying to get surveys and taking these results and using them elsewhere. But I don't see like an AI replicating, especially for like trying to explore a website or like, mimic how a user will interact with something. I think it's more so like taking the results of a paper, like maybe this paper is like psychological studies for something, and then using this in some sort of applied way. But I don't think they're doing it right.
Yeah, I want to put this in C tier.
Yeah.
Okay, C tier. Next company, Imagine AI, your AI clone for B2B content.
For 6 weeks, I couldn't sleep.
This is a really good idea because the only, like, for example, on LinkedIn, the way to get a lot of traction and like attention on the platform is to just post like the most boring, soulless, cookie cutter content imaginable.
The posts I see blow up the most on LinkedIn are like, I failed my Google interview. This is my findings or whatever. They're like,
good idea. Let's see the theme. Okay, so farming connections here. Dropped out, high signal.
I don't think the connections are super important for what they're trying to do, but like, it's always good to have this background at like Founders Inc. and stuff because you're just like meeting a bunch of people who are potentially building like similar startups and you get like a lot of mentorship and everything.
Yeah, dropped out again. These are the people who I think can make this work. Even though they don't have like the cookie cutter experience that I think that this is a product that they will use and their friends will use. And then it'll just naturally expand from there. It's going to be expensive though. I think they're going to run out of money, but I really do respect the attempt. I'm going to say B tier. What do you think?
Yeah, I can agree.
Okay. Next company, Anto Biosciences, a foundation model for microbial communities.
Very, very niche.
Yeah.
So far, pretty cool. Like, I like it.
Yeah, this is super important. The gastrointestinal system is incredibly understudied for how important it is in the human body. Yeah, no, this is super important.
We have publications. Ooh, this is like super high signal.
Yeah, this is super high signal.
I really, really, really like this. I think this might be like one of the best setups so far.
Yeah, I really like this. We need to learn more about the gut. It controls everything. Everything in your body is dependent on the gut. This is super important.
A lecture at Zurich, that's high signal. Harvard research, high signal.
Oh my God. Like MIT, holy shit.
Yeah, this is insane.
MIT researcher, graduate researcher, MIT. This is the perfect startup.
Harvard Medical. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Alpha S. Number one.
This is the perfect startup. This startup is.
That's company out of the
I
batch.
love this. They're solving they're solving something super specific and super important that they know a lot about, which is backed up by their extensive experience at the best institutions to learn about this thing from.
Yes, and
it just meets all the checklists.
We already see that they've like been somewhat successful at like producing research, like doing stuff in the domain of the company. So really, really good.
Yeah, agreed. All right.
Finally,
actually a real fucking company. Let's go.
From the YC badge too is crazy.
Yeah. Like I have no idea. Low-key, kind of low signal. Why are they Y Combinator? They should be like or something. Next company, Patent Watch. AI for detecting patent infringement. This is important. There's someone at every company that has to manually watch for this. There are competitors though. I see. Yeah, this is something that can be automated by AI. I like this.
I kind of like it then.
Yeah, it's not going to grow super huge. Like it's not going to be like Carta, check your equity or whatever.
They're like, yeah, Workday for your pay.
Yeah. Let's look at the team.
Why does it say you spent $1 million on ads? What does that even mean?
Wait, where?
Ooh, 400K pre-seed. Funded trader. This is very low signal.
Yeah. All right. I think that this guy just filed some patents and then said, this process sucks, let me automate it. So this is signal.
SAT online. Is this like the actual SAT test?
No.
Weird.
Okay, medium signal team. The problem is low scope, but very applicable. I'm going to say CT.
Yeah, I think I can agree. I would probably put them around like high C. Like the fact that he has done patents before is like pretty good background. Like that's what you want to see from someone making this company. But yeah. I don't know if they are like experienced enough to be able to like really understand this.
C tier. Next company, S2.dev, API for unlimited, durable, real-time streams.
Everything is a stream.
So this is a Kafka killer, or?
Deal with a Kafka.
There we go. Yeah, Kafka killer. I'm currently using Kafka at work. It sucks. It works, but it kind of sucks. So I'm looking for really cracked back-end cloud type engineers here.
Yeah, you want people who've worked at like AWS, GCP.
Yeah, really high throughput. Senior staff, ads and recommendations. Yes, this is perfect.
I really like the Facebook experience. It looks like what he was doing at Confluent is also portable.
Yes, this is perfect.
Processing at heap. If you go down,
What?
like the heap experience, it says for a stream processing solution.
Yeah, so Flink experience only for 3 months though, and then worked at Confluent, which are the creators of Kafka. This is really good.
Right.
And then worked at Facebook and Etsy, leading like large data stores, which will require a lot of stream. So this is really high signal from this guy.
Work together at Etsy.
Retrieval systems, so I guess less applicable, but definitely still used it on the job. Applied sciences, trust and safety, so less applicable. I really like the founders. I feel like they're a great team, and this is a really ambitious problem. If they solve it, that's huge, like actually gigantic. So
I would put them in A tier. I think they're like somewhat reaching for the problem space, but they can definitely do it. They're a great team.
yeah, I agree with A tier. Tornio, we build micro drones that kill mosquitoes. Super important problem. Like actually, the number one killer of humans is mosquitoes. Well, this is made in Blender, so it's not real, obviously, but if this works, this is actually so huge. For A, the quality of life of human beings, and B, defense application. Because if you've ever been to the jungles of Malaysia or South America, like the number one cause of death is going to be mosquitoes every single time.
They're not necessary for the ecosystem, right?
Oh, food source. Yeah, makes sense. They're food source. Like frogs eat them. Well, anyways, like this has been there's so many mosquitoes. You cannot even imagine the number of mosquitoes. You can't kill all of them. This will not do anything to their numbers. This will just protect the humans. That it'll be a guardian angel for humans, basically.
Is there they have to deal with the issue of just these little drones flying around because this could get in the way of like humans and stuff like that, especially because it's autonomous drones. Like they need really good technology to be able to not interfere with like the daily environments.
Yeah, definitely high risk here, but with that comes high reward. Nothing here, nothing here. These are medium to low signal founders, but the idea is fucking awesome. If they succeed, this is going to be huge. I'm going to put this in B tier. What do you think?
Yeah, B work.
Yeah, okay. Next company, Nucleo, the first agentic platform for oncology.
Very, very niche again.
Yeah. So the problem with these kind of companies is doctors don't have any issue diagnosing cancer. They know how to diagnose cancer if they see these images, but they have problems with the medical system because it doesn't let them do their job that they know how to do. So this looks like a great platform. I'm not sure how AI will be useful for doctors here. Huge, UCI Health, huge, Setters, huge. Okay. So they have 4 contracts right now. 4 contracts is pretty good. I like this. I think that they need to be less AI leaning and more just creating a good platform for doctors.
I don't like the idea of automating it because like once the scans come in, it's either very easy for someone to diagnose or like you need a specialist regardless of like whether or not the AI can automate it because it's very hard to diagnose like some very specialized forms of cancer.
Yeah.
Okay, it looks like they did research in the medical industry before.
Yeah. This is really important. This is a bunch of nothing. This is a bunch of nothing. But this is super important. I like this. This founder's decent. ML for health. ML for health could be interesting.
I agree.
Cardiovascular simulations. Okay. These guys.
It's really high signal.
Yeah, these founders are good signal. I like the product. I think they need to pivot to be less AI based, but besides that, this looks good. I'm thinking A tier.
Yeah, I could see an A.
Okay. Next company, LeadBay. Discover and qualify SMB leads that couldn't be found before. SMB is small medium business, by the way. Letting people use it right away on the homepage, that's high signal.
Confused on how it's prospecting stuff though.
Yeah. Tired of guessing who to contact.
Like where are they getting their leads from?
The user uploads them.
The user's uploading won and lost stuff though. Unless it's like crowdsourced and it's like, we'll take this one user's input and then like successful things we can use on the next person. But that doesn't make a lot of sense. Because you need like a centralized database of like people that are like companies that you can reach out to.
Okay, it's another lead finder. There are a bunch of these. So these people need to be really good because there are just a ton of these companies to generate leads.
Nothing super special.
Standard entrepreneur.
What's his school background? Okay, so the other person has a PhD. Nothing special here either.
Yeah, nothing special here either. Yeah, the products could work, but there are just so many of these companies, and I don't think that this is the perfect team for it. I'm going to put this in D tier.
Yeah.
Okay. Next company, Pixely AI, the first platform where parents and kids can co-create AI cartoon shows. So this is interesting because even though this is AI slop and the models suck, I think there is a demand for parents who want personalized TV shows for their kids so they can feed them their own agenda.
This is true.
Let's look at the team. Like, what if your kid has diabetes and you like create a TV show episode about like a kid with diabetes in the classroom? That'll help the kid understand that they're like normal and they shouldn't be like feel like weird about. So it could be useful, but like the models are not good enough to create like actual TV. Like that was just AI slop on their website. A bunch of random startup hype ideas that just go nowhere. So this is low signal. Strategy consultant, low signal. Senior consultant, low signal. The team's not impressive. They have a history of just bouncing around between hype ideas, and the videos on their website were not impressive at all. So I'm gonna put this in D tier. Next company, Cortex AI, large scale real world. Next company, Cortex AI, large scale real world robot and human. Oh, fuck my stupid shut life, bro. All right. Next company, Cortex AI, large-scale real-world robot and human data for embodied AI.
Another one of these data supply companies for robotics. I think whoever is successful at this is going to make a lot of money.
Broken website, low signal. Oh, is this high signal or?
It says wear a VR headset and perform physical tasks.
Come procurement aside, let's look at who these guys are. House with AI behavioral science. So
Wait, go back to the YC page. Co-founded a company worth $1 billion. Wait, co-founded a unicorn? Go to Carousel. Press on Carousel. Holy shit. Sequoia, India. Yo. Like, this is really high signal. He's founded and was the CTO of a unicorn that was backed by Sequoia.
Yeah, previous successful founder, really successful founder. This is high signal.
Go to CareSense. Was this also a good company? He's still working at it. Okay, not terrible. Yeah, this looks kind of great. I think his background's great. I don't really like what they're doing so far. I think the problem space is like really hard to get into. This is why there's so many companies doing it and not a lot of successful ones. But he could definitely make it with his background.
Yeah, I mean, I'm tempted to put this in low C, high D tier just because I don't feel like it's gonna make any money.
I think C tier, just because he's a unicorn founder.
Yeah, we can do some unicorn glaze. Next company, Inspector, AI IDE for front end development.
That's interesting. There's no like IDE that specifically exists for developing front end stuff.
Hey, my name's Quentin. I'm one of the co.
Said really quickly, and I still haven't seen shit in 26 seconds. What are you doing?
The landing page that you've probably already been viewing.
Oh, interesting. So you can change the code by interacting with actual like front end page. Kind of like it so far, to be honest.
There's one of these every batch. This problem is necessary. One of these is going to do really well and get acquired by Cursor or something. So let's see if these people are the team for it.
Character AI is pretty high signal. Oh, I think I actually know this guy.
Is he high signal?
I know him mutually. I would say so.
Intern. These people they're kind of young. They're going to get beat by someone doing the same thing but has like cracked front end experience. So idea's good, but their team is not going to beat all the other teams that are doing the exact same thing.
I think it's also worth noting their product had like 400 upvotes, which is pretty cool.
Where?
It was on their page. Go to the Inspector. #1 day rank. Wow. When they launched.
So.
Oh my god, they just launched today.
Wait, what?
This is all like 20 hours ago.
There's no way. There's actually no way. Are you serious?
Yeah, this is #1. Okay, this is cheating. So technically, we probably would have put this in like C tier, right? But like, I think because of this is a good launch. This means they might get users, which means they'll have good feedback. This could probably be in like B tier.
You think B tier? I think that Vercel could just kill this company in like 2 seconds.
Vercel?
Yeah.
Vercel has like, this is not in their space though.
It is with V0, and they have employed every single cracked front-end engineer on the planet for some reason.
But I think an IDE is like outside their zone. So like, there's a lot of these companies that focus on a very specific niche in hopes of getting acquired, because Vercel, like, they're not going to go out of their way and develop an IDE for this, but they will like see that this is successful, and instead of doing it themselves, they'll acquire or like acquire the company.
Okay, we can do B tier. I really see an acquisition in this company's future if they continue to get traction, get more traction.
I think it's cheating just because they launched today, because I think we probably would have put in C tier.
Yeah. Okay, next company, Thesis, the AI discovery engine.
Okay, you gotta be pretty cracked to uncover the next AlphaFold.
Yeah, you need to be really insane. What do you bet that this is the background of the two founders?
Yeah, or maybe one of them. Honestly, I would say probably one of them.
Looks clean.
I actually kind of like this so far. I think like having a platform for a researcher to be able to like do all of his data analysis on, instead of like having a notebook open on one tab and like something else open in another one.
Yeah, let's look at the founders. AI Resident X, high signal.
That's a cracked background.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was doing stuff at C-Sale.
This guy's a really smart person.
What's Sphere?
Optimizing global money movement.
11K.
Stablecoin payments.
He's got CTO of a pretty good company.
Vanguard is really low signal though.
So the other guy did research at Harvard and Stanford. So they have someone who's really technical, because obviously this is like this blockchain company that's done very, very well. And then they have someone with a really good research background, like an amazing research background. I definitely think they can do something here. I actually really like this company.
Where do you want to put it?
Probably in B tier.
I can see B tier.
Because I think it's very easy for him to just be like, hey, C-sale people, use my product. And then they'll tell their friends, and it's something that can catch on really quick.
Okay, agreed. Next company, Play Health, perimenopause care platform. I like the specifics. Again, a general health tech company trying to take over the industry. They need people who can A, get contracts, and B, understand what doctors and patients actually want. So let's.
Is this like a subset of Epic Systems or something? I'm confused.
It's trying to replace. It's trying to be in addition to Epic Systems. They have no founders. No founders. Low signal. CEO. Okay. Advisor. Low signal. Probably something earlier.
The fact that he was an advisor at another health tech company in YC is pretty cool. Though.
Yeah. Co-op intern.
Where was he a lecturer? Wake Forest. Wait, isn't Wake Forest decent? Is that decent?
Yeah. This is fine. Nothing crazy though.
He founded a company that got acquired in the health tech industry as well.
She did?
Yeah.
Where?
And they worked together at that company. No Medicine, acquired by Pathos. And then he worked at Pathos with the other person.
Oh, see on cover. Why the fuck is there nothing on here? I didn't see it. Okay, we do. All right. High Signal, previous cell in health tech. High Signal worked together at that previous cell. Continued working at Pathos for a while. This is High Signal. I think that this is the kind of team that you want if you're going into health tech.
Yeah, I agree. It's definitely going to be hard to compete against companies like Epic Systems if they already have something similar to this.
Yeah, I'm gonna put this in A or maybe low S. What do you think?
Really? I think put them in A.
Okay. Yeah, I think A is fair. A tier. Next company, Casey. Casey automates workflows for the insurance industry. Huge market, but we need people to know what those workflows actually are.
Yeah, maybe people with like an actuary background.
Yeah.
I don't like it so far.
I don't like it either.
It looks like, okay, they've made an insurance company in their background, so they definitely understand some of the problem space.
Yeah, this is High Signal, 3 years at insurance. Chief of staff means nothing. VP engineering, High Signal.
I think the idea is fine. I don't know if I see them like actually working on it from what I've seen on their website, but they definitely have a good background. If they can do it correctly, then this could be a great product.
Yeah, this looks like another standard AI into X field kind of product, but they actually know the field. I want to put this in B tier. What do you think?
Yeah, I'd say low B.
Okay, B tier. Next company, Selfin. Building the first AI bank. Really hard industry to get into. Extremely hard. Coinbase and Robinhood have spent 15 years trying to get into this, and everyone knows who they are. So this is really hard.
Becoming a bank is like extremely difficult.
Yeah. There's just nothing on their website. Low signal. Aerospace. What's NASA? Low signal. Bank of America. Low signal. Like this is just random normal internships that don't mean anything for making a company.
I think this is one of the industries where like having previous experience is important, but it isn't like high signal. So like having worked at a bank as like I did is like definitely unneeded, but like I wouldn't say it's anything important.
Yeah, I don't think it'll speed up the process at all. I feel like working at like what was she at? Yeah, quantitative. Like she was not doing anything with like the legal work of starting a bank at all.
Yeah.
Kraken is pretty good, but just I mean.
I think a good position at any company is like pretty low signal.
Yeah, these are just normal positions that students do when they're just doing internships. I don't see anything incredibly high signal here. I don't see anything particularly relevant for starting a bank, which is a super hard thing to do. I'm going to have to put this in D tier. What do you think?
Yeah, I 100% agree.
Okay, D tier. Next company, Compile, the coding agent that actually collaborates with you.
Okay, they have a lot of like runway to claim. Wow, wait, what? I even say that? There's like a lot of stuff they need to do to be able to beat Cursor, like beat Claude Code.
Yeah, this is going to be killed by Claude Code and whatever Anthropic and OpenAI code.
You need like a crazy strong team to be able to work in this industry because the engineers at Cursor, for example, are like some of the best in the field. And then you also have the people working on Claude Code. And so there's just like no way that you can gain any market share.
Yeah, but then again, like if you are one of those people, like you're going to get bought out by those companies. Like they're going to give you $1 million salary to work for them. So I just don't see a world where anyone makes a new competitor in the field unless they're like sticking out. And like these people are not sticking out to me right now.
I think it looks like they were both founding engineers at the previous YC company.
Financial services.
They're a completely different industry, and we just need like better engineers working on like an IDE like this for it to be super successful.
Yeah, to break into the space, like currently the competitors, Anthropic, OpenAI, and Cursor are hogging all the greatest engineering talent the world has to offer. To compete with them, you need to be on another level, and this team is just not that. I'm gonna have to put this in D tier.
Yeah. Also, did this guy work at ArcSiv?
Yeah, he did.
That's actually kind of cool.
Yeah, pretty cool, right? It's like working for LeetCode, you know?
Yeah.
Next company, Lexi, AI associates for corporate law.
There's already 2 companies that do this. I forgot what the name of the other one is. They're growing super fast, and then you have Harvey. They're trying to steal market share from Agora and Harvey, and that's like basically impossible. They've grown super fast, and they have really strong engineering teams. I think it's like the same case we've seen over and over, where people are trying to break into industries that are like basically already solved.
Yeah, agreed. If it was just Harvey, then I'd say yeah, maybe, but it's going to be impossible really.
Yeah, Legore is like actually one of the fastest growing companies, and Harvey like also has a crazy amount of market share, and so it's just impossible to break into this industry. And their background doesn't seem super impressive so far.
Yeah, a bunch of low signal, like a company that went nowhere, and then Dyson project manager probably didn't like attended meetings for a year, and then founder for company that went nowhere. Low signal here.
What is this company he was bench manager at?
This is going to be like, you need to be, since it's so few people here, you need to be cracked to get this working well. Yeah, so these people are probably smart. This guy especially, like, they're probably smart, but they just can't compete with the existing competition.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna put D tier. What do you think?
Yeah.
Okay, D tier. Next company, Codico, the AI reservation team for hotel groups.
Kind of confused on what this means so far.
Hotel groups turn missed calls into booking.
It's a very niche product where like stuff like this exists at the general scale, but not for like the specific use case of hotels.
I see. So like you have a front desk person at a hotel, they're doing something else, they miss a call, and the person doesn't book the hotel. Okay, I see. This is like, I like this. Oh yeah, dude. So background on me, I was a front desk person for 3 years. This is so real. This is a real problem. Like, front desk is understaffed at all times everywhere, especially hotel. So let's see the team.
Okay, medium signal. He has a lot of experience, but like nowhere special.
Low signal Capgemini, and then this is normal signal.
Worked at the same place, I think. It's also just low signal.
Yeah, it just looks like normal here.
Work together again, normal signal.
And then Simon's low signal. Okay, so this is like a low to medium signal team, but with no competition, and the problem is very real. I think that they can get money for this and be profitable. I'm saying like B or maybe C tier. What do you think? I think high C. B?
High C, low B. You can have the final say in that.
We can put low B tier. Okay. Next company, ComplyDo, global compliance for enterprises.
Hi, this is Moritz, CPO of ComplyDo.
AI
We
wrapper.
also see, okay.
It's just an AI wrapper.
No, tech and consulting background. Okay, low signal.
Yeah, BCG low signal. Bunch of consulting low signal.
Low signal.
Yeah, a bunch of nothing, and
Low signal.
bunch of
I would put this in D tier.
Yeah, I put this in D tier. The team is not impressive. The product is not impressive. It's just an AI wrapper in my D tier. Next company, Bravi, the AI operating system powering home service businesses. Okay, another one of these. There are so many of these. They come every batch.
Is this just a dashboard for people who have their own business?
Yeah,
I don't really like this.
yeah, could be useful. There are just so many that they're just so like it's just not unique at all.
I think, yeah, it's too much for people like who probably don't need all of it.
Yeah,
Okay, gotten acquired before. Pretty decent signal. Everything else is nothing special. I think they went to Berkeley, it looks like.
yeah. Visiting student researcher.
Okay, I think he worked at the same company that got acquired.
Yeah, normal founders. This acquired is pretty good though. I'm gonna put them in C tier because this is like just like a normal idea. It probably will be profitable. I don't see it being anything crazy useful though.
Yeah.
Okay, C tier. Next company, Rover, AI FDE engine that runs your engineering workflows. Okay, interesting. Could be useful. Yeah, could be useful. I think the problem is like good devs are not going to use this because like they can just like find it pretty easily. Every good dev I know has like insane keyboard mechanics and like shortcuts. They just find this in like 2 seconds by like pressing 10 keys.
I think an important part here, it says create, update, and track status without leaving Slack. So it's supposed to be like, what is that, Claw code? OpenClaw?
Yeah.
Like OpenClaw is already doing this where you can have these integrations with MCPs into like these different other places.
Yeah, I think this will be consumed by other AIs. It could be useful though. See, intern, so a bunch of nothing. MTS 2 months.
I think this guy's background is really high signal. Databricks internship.
so?
Mercor too, because they pay up to like 450K new guy.
He must have left either because he sucks or because his idea is too good.
It could be because he sucks. Or like they have really bad work-life balance. I would say this is pretty high signal. Berkeley, Databricks, Mercor.
I mean, I know so many Databricks engineers. Like, I don't like they're just us, right? Like, you know.
But I think for like in comparison to anyone else we've seen so far, I think like a Databricks internship beats out most of them in terms of like technical capabilities. And yeah, I don't know if we've seen much, at least today, other than the researchers. Like this is probably one of the most cracked backgrounds I've seen so far, at least student-wise.
Okay, I'm gonna have to disagree on that one. Our first disagreement, I don't think it's cracked, but that's okay.
It looks like they worked together at Mercor.
Both for 2 months. Okay.
Wait.
This is low signal.
Right. Press on the more. Oh no, sorry, the more of the Mercor section. That wasn't being very. Go to this ArcSift page. Is he actually listed?
Oh, what's his name? It's not in the paper, so he's just grifting. Bro, there are 15 authors and you couldn't get a spot. Like,
yeah, small issue. It looks like both of you guys might have actually been data labelers or contractors that didn't actually work at Mercor. I think being a real MTS at Mercor is super high signal, but these guys might have actually been grifting their position. If they weren't, I would say it's pretty high signal. If they are, then I think it's like nothing special.
yeah, I think this is grifting. I don't like this company. I'm thinking D tier, but what do you think?
I think the company is very easily replaced by something like Cloud Code or like what we've seen in Open Cloud's potential. Like I don't see this company lasting very long, unfortunately. So I'd probably say D tier.
Okay, D tier.
3 friends from Berkeley that all have done like decently well because it's very easy to recruit there, and they want to create a company with their craft back.
They're gonna get a taste of the real world and realize that they're not all that cracked compared to Anthropic. Anthropic engineers are scary, bro. Like actually scary. Have you ever seen one like code like in real life?
Have you?
Yeah, bro. They're actually just like crazy. Next company, Sunflower, building the sobriety platform for the future of superintelligence. Sunflower emoji.
I think I've seen a million of these types of ads on Instagram before.
Yeah.
I just don't know how this works as a product. Like to get users, you basically have to throw an insane amount of money on ads, and you end up being like unprofitable.
Yeah. So these growth positions are gonna help out a lot. Okay.
Sure.
This is a good app that will be profitable. They'll get users, but I don't know why this is a Y Combinator company. If you know what I mean. The scope is just so low. There are so many existing things that have already been done in this space. They're not changing anything. They're not redefining the industry, although they are going to do fine.
I will say this background's really good. Like already founded a YC company as like head of growth. So they have a lot of experience with like GTM stuff.
Yeah.
So this could definitely help a lot because this is one of those companies where you need a lot of users and you need to be able to market.
Yeah. This guy's going to run a shit ton of really good ads and get users and just be chilling. So I'm going to say C tier.
Yeah. I would say the top of C tier, low B tier.
All right, C tier. Next company, Captain. Accurate knowledge search that scales. Okay, so they've found an optimized way to RAG search on a bunch of documents. This is a big claim.
Honestly, I don't think that these guys really built what they claim they did. And I think it's just super, super hard to compete with like Pinecone and other people that are like working in the RAG industry because you have researchers that have worked on this stuff for a pretty long time now.
Yeah.
I think it's believable if they have a really good background.
Yeah, I agree. This is believable if they're cracked.
Wait, why is it winter 26? What?
Winter. Did they?
I thought this was fall.
They delayed it?
I guess so. It's in the fall.
Low signal. They don't even know what season they're in. Yeah, I mean, I guess this is pretty good experience, actually. This is applicable to the company.
Yeah, they do have experience working in RAG before. I don't know if this is just like, hey, I used LangChain and I had it done for me, or if it was like actually from scratch. We can't really tell from this description.
Yeah.
Right, I don't think this experience is Signal at all.
BD, just a bunch of low signal.
If what they claimed is true, they can definitely get acquired by like one of these RAG companies like Pinecone. But if it's not, then this is like not that great of a company and they're probably not going to go anywhere. So I would honestly put them in D tier.
Yeah, I agree. D tier.